Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lictor24 and this is another news update for Apocalypse, isn't it? And today, we've got a faction focus. This actually dropped last night, but because I work nights, I'm always slow to catch up on these things. And I'm pretty sure tonight another one will drop and I'll have to talk about that tomorrow. But right now, we've had faction focus, Chaos Space Marines. It's only fitting, we've had the boys in blue, now for the boys in black, that being predominantly Black Legion as shown in these pictures. For wherever Space Marines are, Chaos Space Marines are sure to follow. Now, in Apocalypse, it looks like the forces of the Ruinous Powers will be getting some nice little bonuses to their toolkit. It says here that they're going to get to Let the Galaxy Burn, which is a sort of faction ability. So I'm guessing every detachment in your army will have this. Let the Galaxy Burn. Drawing upon millennia of bitterness and hate, Chaos Space Marines attack with single-minded ferocity that is terrible to behold. Reroll Wounds of 1 for attacks made by Heretic Astartes in this detachment. So, yeah. Unfortunately, this does not transfer to anything other than Heretic Astartes, so your Chaos Cultists and that kind of thing. They ain't going to be getting it. Be interesting to see what demons get, but this is purely looking at the Heretic Astartes for the moment. And just like in the Space Marine one, we're getting some top units to look at. And it comes as no surprise to anybody that the number one top unit, well, the first top unit on the page, the Khorne Lord of Skulls, the big brass boy himself. Now, in 40k, I've never had the privilege of fighting one of these in 40k, but as far as I was aware, the rule was every time it takes damage or loses a wound, it gets another attack. And it looks like that kind of thing is transferring over to Games of Apocalypse as well, because it has Unending Rage. Whilst this unit has 8 damage markers next to it, add 1 to its attack characteristic for each of these markers. So the interesting thing there is, does damage markers equate to wounds? So do we have to keep adding damage markers to a unit until it can't have any more damage markers on it before we take it off? Because that's the way I'm reading it after looking at this. Because I'm assuming damage markers are equating to wounds, therefore this thing gets more attacks, just like it does in 40k. Very interesting. And as if it wasn't enough, they also benefit from all sorts of demon synergies from Greater Possessed and Khorne demon allies, making it simple to supercharge if you're looking for a solution to problems like your enemies being alive, that is. Yep. From what I can gather, these things, they're very good at making things unalive in close combat. And from afar, they've got some pretty nasty firepower as well. But, Abaddon the Despoiler. Now, most Apocalypse sources, I can imagine, Chaos should be led by this guy. The main man, the head honcho, looks better than Mortarion and Magnus in my opinion. He's here, and he's here for Apocalypse. So, he has Mark of Chaos Ascendant. Morale tests taken for friendly Heretic Astartes units will automatically pass while they're in 6 of this unit. So, yeah, another bubble effect. Basically, fearless radius of 6 inches. Interesting to see how morale will work in Apocalypse, because I'm guessing it's one of those things in 40k. People try and get mechanics to ignore it. I mean, going off on a tangent here, playing Tyrants a lot, it's one of those things I just flat out ignored because it really never affected me with Synapse and whatnot. And when I played with Gene Stealer Cults not too recently, it became a big thing, and I'm like, whoa, leadership is actually a thing that I've got to take note of. So it'll be interesting to see how it's worked into Apocalypse, dealing with all the massive amount of firepower and carnage going on. But he also has Lord of the Black Legion. You can reroll hit rolls for attacks made by friendly Black Legion units while they're in 6 of this unit. So yeah, another bubble effect, but this time for only Black Legion units within 6 reroll attacks. And I'm guessing that'll stack up nicely with an Unending Rage. Let the Galaxy Burn. So reroll Wounds of 1 and reroll hit rolls. So that's pretty good. What's more, Abaddon is exceptionally hard to kill. Well, he is in the fluff at least. Thanks to his 3+ save on a D12. Now, we'll be going into how damage is resolved in Apocalypse tomorrow, so that'll be today. But rest assured that Abaddon's Dark Destiny makes him exceptionally hard to kill. Dark Destiny, Roll d12s will make it save throws for this unit, irrespective of the size of blast markers next to it. Right, so 2 things. Getting a 1 or 2 on a d12 is really difficult, so this guy's going to be exceptionally hard to shift. And another bit of that is irrespective of the size of the blast markers next to it. So will the size of the blast marker have a negative impact on your save? Interesting. For a truly awesome War Master, you can't go wrong with Abaddon. Too true. He looks great, he is great, he's just brilliant. Chaos Space Marines, the rank and file, the meat and potatoes, the boys that will hold the objectives. Big guns win battles. Troops win long wars. Very true. If you're building an Apocalypse force, you'll want to take a few squads of Chaos Space Marines who will work superb objective grabbers. Armed with bolters, they will be able to mow down enemy infantry at mid-range. Alternatively, try them full-size squad of 20 with chainsaws and use them to mulch boys, infantry squads, and anyone else unfortunate enough to be in their way. I don't know how effective that's going to be. Top command assets. Oh, it doesn't go into anything they've got. That's a bit unfortunate. Unless they've not really changed that much from 40k. Anyway, top command assets. And it looks like we've only got the 1. So rather than the 1 or 2 from Space Marines, we've only got 1 for Black Legion. It's a bit of a shame. Chaos Space Marine command assets allow them to unleash tactical ploys and malefic powers that have some incredible effects on the battlefield. Delightful Agonies, for instance, allow them to supercharge a damaged unit and is particularly nifty when combined with multi-wound models with solid close combat proficiencies like Demon Princes and Defilers. Heretic Astartes, Psychic Power. Delightful Agonies. The Psyche manipulates the pleasure centers of his allies' minds, causing even the greatest of pain instead of registers sheer ecstasy. Oh. Slaanesh. Yep, Slaanesh. This command asset is a Psychic Power. You can only include this command asset in your deck if your army includes at least 1 Heretic Astartes Slaanesh Psyche unit. So just 1 Psyche unit, which could be a dude. This command asset can be used in the action phase. When used, select 1 Heretic Astartes Slaanesh power unit from your army to manifest this power. Then select 1 friendly Heretic Astartes Slaanesh unit within 36 of this unit. So this is a Slaanesh power for buffing Slaanesh units. So I don't know how Slaanesh works. I suppose if you've got a Psyker in a unit of Slaanesh stuff, you can buff yourself. Until the end of the turn, that unit ignores penalties for being critically damaged, and you add 1 for attacks characteristics for each damage marker next to it. Critically damaged. I'm willing to guess that's going to be like the degenerating profiles over 40k now, where things get weaker the more damaged they are. So this will ignore that. Just a guess. Well, not a guess, it will ignore that, but I'm just guessing that that is what that is. And you add 1 attacks characteristics for each damage marker next to it. So again, that probably ties back into what I suspect. The more damage markers you have equates to more damage you take, and you can only take so much damage before you have to be removed. Other command assets let you harness the might of the Chaos Legions with powerful options representing their preferred tactics. Black Crusaders, for example, lets a Black Legion detachment advance up the table, shoot their foe, then fight in the same action, making for a devastating combined strike. Very nice. So I'm guessing Khorne will favour close combat. Zinch Psychic Powers, Nurgle, just hard shift, all that good stuff that we're already very, very used to already. But yeah, that's the sneak peek for Chaos Space Marines. Not a lot, but some nice things in there, particularly Abaddon. Being really hard to shift. Probably you got to roll 3+ on the D12, so he's going to be around a lot of games if he's played, which is very nice. So, yeah, that's it for right now on the faction focus. Like I say, by the time another one comes out, I'll be at work, so I'll have to catch up with that tomorrow. However, there is another Apocalypse-related news. It seems to celebrate the release of Apocalypse, and it is really worth celebrating because it just looks great, that Warhammer World will be hosting Apocalypse, the biggest Warhammer game ever. Now, I'd be careful how you say that, GW, because there's been some pretty big Warhammer games. And you saying that, someone could very well top you. I mean, Las Vegas Open, I mean, the guys in America have huge tournaments on the regular. So, I don't think you'll be able to compete with them just for the amount of floor space they'll get. On the 3rd of August, history made. We want you to be part of it. With Apocalypse giving you a new way to play your very biggest battles, we invite you to join us at Warworld for the biggest Warhammer 40,000 game ever, and quite possibly the biggest weekend of Warhammer gaming history. Again, be careful how you say that, because someone will probably top you. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, until you do it again, to do something incredible with your hobby, joining loads of other players for a day of epic war in the grim darkness of the far future. Our Warhammer 40,000 lore masters will be in attendance to help create narrative for your battles, immortalising your efforts in a long of lore of Warhammer forever. Now, does that mean that this will go down in the books? Or what? I don't know. That's very strange. We'll have more details on what you need to bring and what the day will evolve when tickets go on sale. Tickets for the event are expected to sell out fast, so make sure you grab yours early to avoid disappointment. You'll be able to purchase yours for £10 from the June 24th. We hope to see you there. Few things. 1. When you say immortalising your efforts in the Lone War forever, does that mean just like, oh, it's going to be something you're going to remember? Or are you actually going to write this in a book, like make a big narrative out of it? And if so, how are you going to do that with every race in the game? Because a lot of those boys don't play well together, and you have to really put on your best storytelling pants if you want to create a scenario where they could all potentially be fighting the same battle at the same time. That's everybody. From sisters to nids to the demons, everybody at the same time in the same place. I know we, suspend our disbelief quite high in 40k, but that's exceptionally high. Second of all, when you say the biggest game ever, I don't know how many people out there listening to this have been to the Warhammer world. Now, the hall is pretty big. It's pretty huge. But there are some bigger halls than that. Like I said before I mentioned this, the boys over in America, they've got real estate for days. And I'm pretty sure they've hosted some pretty massive games over there. So, probably not going to be the biggest game ever. And thirdly, you're going to have a lot of boys and girls in the same room playing Warhammer 40k. I'm willing to bet there will be issues. And I mean issues as in arguments over rules, especially with the new gaming system. And that could potentially sour experiences. But we'll see we'll have to see how this thing pans out, how they're going to organise it. I'm sure they're going to anticipate this kind of thing already. But that's it. Yeah, that's it for today, guys. Like I said, the Heretic Astartes faction focus was good. Got me excited for Apocalypse. Even more excited. I was already pretty excited before, but now I'm even more so. Oh, excuse me. Just a little bit of a cough there. I'm sorry. And yeah, a reason to go down to Warhammer World. Warhammer World's a good day out, guys. Regardless if you're going down there for this or not. See the displays, see some of the games of Warhammer, Bugman's Bar. But it's not an all-day thing, in my opinion. I couldn't be there for more than four hours, just because I just run out of stuff to do. And I played a game down there, and I don't think I will, to be fair. I've not got the means to transport all my stuff down there at the moment. And, yeah, so if I go down, it'll be to spectate rather than participate. Unless I bring a small force, which I could do, potentially. Anyway, that's stuff for me to think about. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for watching. If you feel like commenting, please do so below. And I will catch you all probably tomorrow when the next Faction Focus comes out tonight. And I have to cover it tomorrow. More not have to, more want to. Anyway, see you later, guys.